But for right now, we're doing pretty good. We learned something new today. So we locked in a lot of solid profits. This week has been absolutely garbage. Very frustrated. We can do it. Here's how we're gonna turn $500 into $1 million. First, we have to have strict rules. Rule number one, we have to have a trading strategy. If we're just taking trades off a whim, we're not gonna be successful. So we need confluence, we need structure, and we need to make sure we follow trading strategy. Rule number two, we can never risk more than the previous tier's value. So if we make it to $1,000, we cannot risk more than $500. We need to make sure we have excellent risk management. Within the tiers, we start out with $500. And the next tier is double the previous tier. So 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16, you get the point. Rule number three, profit management. We're not shooting for the stars. We're shooting for consistent 2, 3R, 4R, and we're gonna make sure we're taking profit as it goes down or up in the direction we want it to. Rule number four, we document everything so you guys can learn. Now, let's get into this month's update on the $500 to $1 million challenge. Today is day one of the $500 to $1 million challenge. I'm super excited. I wanted to actually show you guys the account, that there has been nothing traded on it, that it's officially the first day. This account that I'm doing the $500 to $1 million challenge on is a copy trading account. So if you would like to join, use the Blowfin link either down below this video or the link in our bio. Sign up for Blowfin and you can copy trade with us through this entire journey. So if you're seeing this, you're early on the actual journey and you can join me. So if I end up trading the 500 to 1 mil, you can copy trade that, and I think it makes sense what could happen. Now, it's all risk, right? So put in what you would like to risk, but here's my copy trading account, and look it, right there, $500, fresh, nothing on it. And we're gonna take you guys through this entire journey. I'm really excited to get this journey started, and I'm really excited to take you guys along with me because the goal is to basically show that I'm a good trader. That as you're coming to my channel, as you're maybe watching my live streams where we do these trades, a lot of them will be on my live stream. It shows my validity in why I do this day trading, why I do these live streams, why I've created this content. And so I'm really excited to take you guys along this journey. And I think it's even cooler that you could copy trade the journey and celebrate with me on the wins, because then you guys would be winning too. So yeah, day one, here we go. Let's see how it goes. We're literally starting from right here. We got it all written out right there. 500. See if we can get down to here. That's the end goal. Let's see if we can do it. I'm excited to get this thing started. That's day one and it's officially kicked off. Another thing I just wanted to point out was that for the copy trading, there are only 200 spots. So it's first come, first serve. My goal is to get some of the people in the Discord with the @trader role will hopefully get in first. And I'm gonna try to let them get the link in first because, I mean, they saw this on day one, like when I actually announced it in the Discord. When you guys are seeing this, you're seeing this a month late because we're recapping February, the entire month. If you join our Discord, you will get all this information firsthand. And if you want to get the @trader role, which is like the VIP access to my Discord, sign up for one of my affiliates, either Blowfin, Weeks, or Bitnux, and then submit your UID via the form, and I'll get you that VIP access. You don't gotta pay me. I'm not doing like some gated Discord where you have a $50 subscription a month. None of that. It's literally just sign up for my affiliate, show you're a legit trader trying to do this, and you get the roles. Okay, so we're on day two of the $500 to $1 million challenge. Really, when I'm recording today is like day one, because I fully set up the account and the actual copy trading and the actual Blowfin account is set up so I can actually start trading it live with the $500 in the account. We didn't make any trades today. We missed the setup, but we learned something today. And the whole point of this journey is to share with you guys what I'm learning. And so I'm gonna share with you guys what I saw today on the chart so you guys can kind of see it too for the future. So something I saw today on the charts is, as you can see here, this is before the market opened. This little area right here, where you see this red line and the green line, this is right when market opened. So if you've ever heard of something called the orb, That's an open range breakout. So open range is between the first 5 minutes of the market open, which is from 6:30 a.m. to 6:45 a.m. my time. So that's Pacific Standard Time. And as you can see here, this red line was the low of that orb, and this green line is the high of that orb. And as you can see, it broke out of this orb on the downside and retested and then pushed down. And as you can see, it pushed down quite a bit. It would have been a great trade. Could have been, I think it was like a 3-to-1 or a 4-to-1 that we could have taken right here on this trade. And so something I'm going to start implementing on my trading is I'm going to try to see if I can catch those trades on the orb, as long as I have the confluence and also tying in the daily bias, and seeing if we can catch good trades within the first 15 minutes of the day once we see a breakout on one of those lines. It's a common strategy. It's one that's pretty popular. One I found, actually, the way I found it was someone on Instagram talking about it, and I looked into it and I started doing some back testing, and it looks pretty solid. So I'm kind of excited to test this out and try it, and maybe you should try it too, and you'll be able to see if throughout this journey we're actually successful. We're actually finishing up a live stream right now. We have the chat here. The countdown's at 2 minutes and 31 seconds. So if you ever want to see me actually take these trades live, join our live stream. It's Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. to kind of whenever I finish. Usually it's around 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11. Sometimes it's longer depending on if there's a special event or something. Join in on those live streams. And again, copy trading's open. So if you want to sign up for copy trading, link is below the video, and sign up on Blowfin to go copy trading. Literally whatever trades I take, you would take too. And so if I end up making money, you would make money too, right? And if I lose money, you would lose money too, right? So make sure you're putting a decent amount of what you're willing to risk, right? Day 2 done. We learned something new today. And again, I'm journaling this journey. So every day I'll be journaling things I learned or things I messed up on or things I did good and right. So then the next day I'll check in on my journaling, see how I can do it better and apply those things to that day. I think one of the most important things, like if you're a day trader or planning on being a day trader and you're watching this series and you're like, I want to learn from him. I want to see what he does. I want to see if he can do it. I think one of the most important things that a lot of traders don't focus in on, but it's trade or profit management inside your trade. Are you scraping off profit as you're up to the upside, especially if you're at like a 2-to-1, a 3-to-1, a 4-to-1, whatever it is? Are you scraping that profit? Or are you just hoping for that major move? And even though you're in profit, you're not scraping and you're just waiting. And then sometimes you see it'll fall on you and then you get stopped out and you actually don't end up making money. I've learned that the hard way. And so throughout this challenge, one of the things I'm going to try to be very disciplined on is scraping off profits when we're profitable, okay? At levels like 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, and then looking at to the left of the screen. So if I have to the right, candles start going up, I'm looking to the left. Are there higher highs and higher lows that I can target for liquidity to get my take profit? Because there's nothing to the left. You're targeting an imaginary thing that could not be there. So you want to make sure there's also targets to your left that you could target liquidity to actually get profit if it's able to do that. I just want to update you guys on that. Might be taking the first trade, and I'm really excited. We actually got our very first copy trader in it today. We got our first copy trader. So we'll actually have someone who's set up and ready to go. One person right there. We had our first person locked in to actually copy trade us through this event. So don't forget, you can sign up, do it. Because if I take this trade, they'll be able to take part in it if it's a good one. Day 2 of the official $500 to $1 million challenge. Well, it's really like day 3, but officially like I'm actually trying to trade the account, it's day 2. And right now we actually have a trade live. So look, we took the trade over here. It went into drawdown. It literally is like 50 cents away from hitting my stop loss. Like crazy close. And then it starts to do what I wanted again. But again, yesterday I talked about doing the orb strategy. We followed that strategy. We're following the bias from the orb breakout. And so looks like it's playing out to our favor. And I'm excited. We're up right now about $40. And we've already had 2 previous trades, which I'll break down later, that were successful. They didn't go to full TPs, but they made, I think it was about $13 for us on the account. Day 2, we're already up a little bit, nothing crazy, but we're up about $50. So that's like 10% of the account. We're up 10%. Unrealized profit, so this could switch on us, but for right now, we're doing pretty good. I wanted to break some of the structure here on these lows here, and if it continues to break this structure and not hold here, I would feel very comfortable. My first TP is that yellow line. down below there. That'd be a 2R, and the second yellow line is a 3R. So I'm feeling confident. We'll give you an update later in the day on how it actually plays out and see if we actually get full TPs on here. All right, I want to give a quick trade complete recap because that trade that we showed earlier, I want to give the complete full thing because now it's closed. It got profit and it was an excellent trade. It ended up hitting it all the way down to a 4R position. We had stop loss was moved all the way up to 3R. So we locked in a lot of solid profits on that trade. And so let me give you like a full breakdown of how it looked, what we could have done better, and where maybe we probably could have done an entry earlier. Okay, so let's look at it real quick. So here's the complete position, right? So as you can see, it was an excellent trade, right? From the move all the way up here down to here. We entered though in this area. Now we could have entered up here. Okay, in this fair value gap retest and the orb retest, right? Because our strategy is the orb, which is the open range breakout, which is the first 15 minutes of every single trading day, which that's where you see this level right here. Top of the orb, bottom of the orb, right? Breakout, retest, that's where we could have entered. We could have had a better entry. Also could have had a better entry on this fair value gap here that was formed on this downward momentum, right? So we could have gotten better entries. Okay, now looking back on it, I should have entered a lot earlier than what I did. But then I entered down here, right? Why did I enter here? One, I saw displacement, inverse fair value gaps, EMA crosses, fair value gaps, right? It was clear that we're heading in the bearish momentum. We're heading into the downside, and it's clear I should take a short. Now, because I waited so long to take a position, I almost got stopped out here. I did not get stopped out here, but it literally is like extremely close. It was extremely close to getting me stopped out. We did not get stopped out. Instead, it continued on down, all the way down, 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 down. We took profit at 2R. We took profit at 3R. We took profit at 4R. And then we got stopped out when we saw it go back up to here when it hit 3R again. We had risk management. We had profit management. But we could have done the entry better on this one. But I am still very happy with having a 4R trade. Okay, especially for the 4R trade being one of the third trades of the challenge so far, and we're already killing it. So go look at, after this really good trade, let's see where we actually are in profits when it comes to the 500 to 1 million challenge. We're up actually quite nice. We're up almost $200, right? Almost 200. We're $4 short, but we're looking really great for the challenge to be already up almost $200. On our way to the first tier of $1,000. And so I'm pretty excited to get it started this way, to have already that much profit to go. And right now it's actually Tuesday morning, the day after that trade, to do that recap. I'm actually live streaming right now. Literally, there's people live. We got 130 people live watching us, and we are almost about to enter into another trade. We'll see if it actually gives us the entry, but if we end up getting that trade, we'll give you the recap on that one too. If you want to stay when we're doing these things actual live, when we're doing these trades, join our live streams. We do them every single day, Monday through Friday. So join us in on that. Today, I'm looking like a little hooligan because I'm not feeling good at all. I'm pretty sick today, actually. Yeah, that was the trade recap. Wanted to give you that. We're going on week 2 now of the 500 to 1 mil challenge. I'm still sick. I'm still not feeling great. We finished the live stream, but I want to show an example today of something that we're going to be doing through this challenge to keep disciplined and to make sure we're not making stupid trades. And so today on one of our setups, we had a setup, we had it all play out like we wanted to, but we haven't gotten price to retest the zones that we wanted. And that's one of our key rules, is making sure if we're going to do an entry, to make sure it's in discount. No, we don't chase and we don't buy our trades at premiums, we buy them in discount. And so today I want to show you a little bit of an example, because we had the setup, it looked great, but we did not ever get our entry, and sometimes the trades run without us, which means we just don't get to essentially have a trade today, even though we were in the right sentiment. And so let me show you the example. So as we're looking here, you can see we had the open range breakout, all right, the orb, this red line, this green line. Price broke out of the orb to the downside, okay, just like we wanted to, and we were looking for a retest to this 15-minute fair value gap that happened when it broke out of the orb. And as you can see, price has fallen, but never ever once came back to test either this inverse fair value gap or this 15-minute fair value gap right at the entry of the orb. And so for me, I had my setup all ready to go. Entry right around this fair value gap, stop loss up at this order block up here to the left, and then we would write it down. But as you can see, prices literally just continue to go down and down and down. So I don't know if we're going to actually get our entry today like we wanted to, which is up here at this fair value gap. I'm watching it, but sometimes this is what happens, that price just runs without you and you don't actually get to take the trade even though you were right. Something important here that I have set a rule for myself is I do not chase. So even though it's going the direction I wanted to and it never retested, I'm not going to enter a position because I need to enter my position in a discounted price where there's a displacement, right? Or where there's an imbalance. That's where I want to put my entry. I would not enter a trade if it has not been into that imbalance. So for me, I'm not chasing a trade. I will not be entering one unless it shows me that it retaps that fair value gap and respects it. So for me, probably not trading today. So, and that's okay. You don't need to trade every single day. And if you're following us in this 500 to 1 mil challenge, we're not trading every day. That's not the goal here. The goal isn't to do this challenge as quickly as possible. The goal of this challenge is to do it as efficient, as disciplined, and as most realistic a real trader would do it. So I'm trying to sharpen my tools with this challenge, show you guys that I'm a good day trader, right? And so I'm gonna make sure I'm disciplined throughout this whole thing. And that means we don't chase, right? We don't chase those trades. So maybe tomorrow we'll check in and maybe we'll get another trade opportunity. But I wanted this to be a little bit of a learning lesson throughout the challenge, that don't chase trades, wait for the price to be in discount and then enter where you want it to go. Because most likely today, price will go to that fair value gap. Might just take a while. And if it's honestly, if it's too late in the day, I just probably will skip out and just wait until the next day and wait for the trade then. I hope that was a good learning lesson. This is week 2 that we're still diving into for the 500 to 1 mil challenge. I've been super sick this week, but honestly, I think it's been for the better because this week has been absolutely garbage on the market. And the market is just, it's really horrible. I don't like it. It's not ideal trading. I've only taken one trade this week so far. It was a loser. I'm about to show you it. And honestly, I couldn't have executed it better. It is what it is on this trade, and that's gonna happen sometimes. Even though your strategy is really good or your strategy like is solid, sometimes the market still plays against you, and that's what it is. The important thing is to not get emotional, right? Stay disciplined, stick to strategy, and that's why we have risk management, right? And so the losers can never outweigh the winners. So let me show you the trade that we just took and the confluences I had, and show you that it still was a loser. And that's the whole point, right? We're going to show you the wins and the losses to this entire journey. This week has been absolutely garbage when it comes to the absolute trading. There's been 10 days in a row, basically of consolidation, doji candles, and price literally just moving like barely. And so I figured since we're not doing trades, I could break down our tiers for the trading challenge. And we have 12 tiers that I want to break it down and show you how they all are, what's each level in each tier, the risk per trade with each tier, and also going into potentially how long it could take us to finish this challenge. Though we're not really putting a time limit on it. We're mainly focusing on the discipline, risk management, trade profit management, and the trade strategy. That's the most important thing, not being quick to finish this challenge. Though it would be pretty cool to finish it in 12 months, because if we could do a tier a month, it would be 12 months. We'll see how it goes, but let's break down these tiers real fast for you. So as you're looking here on these 12 tiers that I have set up on the whiteboard, you'll see each tier and then the month breakdown, and then once we hit that number, how much money we can risk per trade. So if you see here, right, it's $500 to $1,000, $1,000 to $2,000, all the way down here where we hit 16K. That could be that if we are on track to do one a month, we'd hit 16K by July of 2025. That'd be halfway. Once we hit 16K, we're halfway to the 1 mil, right? Halfway. That's actually crazy to think about, okay? Now, when you move over here, August, we should hit 32K in the fund. Then by January of 2026, we should complete the challenge. If we wanted to continue, this is how much we'd risk per trade to get to the next double, which would be 2.48 mil. Like, this is crazy to think about. Here to the right side of each tier, you can see the risk per trade. So currently we're at $500 in the account. So we can only risk $50 per trade, because if we lost 10 times in a row, we'd have to lose 10 times in a row to completely blow the account. And that'd put us at $50, right? Per trade. So we lose 10 times, we blow the account. March, when we hit $1,000, our difference between $1,000 and $500 is $500. So we still can only risk $50 per trade to get to $2,000, okay? So once we hit 2,000, we now up our risk $100. And then per tier, we double the risk, right? Every single time we get a tier, we double the risk to a new level. So 100 to 200, 2 to 4, 4 to 8. Once we hit $32,000, now we're at $1,600 a trade that we're risking, 3,200, 64, right? 12.8, $25,600 a trade. To get to from 500, half a mil to $1 million, we need to risk $25,000 a trade. That's a crazy thing to think about. That's a lot of money. This side of the chart, I've traded in. I've traded with this kind of money, even up to like this tier right here. I've traded with this kind of risk, right? This kind of risk though per trade, that is something that's new to me. These are pretty high numbers to risk per trade. That's why we have the tier set up. That's why we have the risk management. That's why we have the discipline and the trading strategy, because once I get to this kind of trading level, because we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiers, my discipline, my strategy, my profit management, my risk management, all should just be on auto mode at this point where the number does not matter. It's all about the strategy and the discipline. That's what matters at the end of the day, right? And that's what will take us from 500 to 1 mil. And so I wanted to break this down for you guys so you guys get a little bit of an understanding of how long this potentially can take. Now, we're not promising we're gonna finish it by January 2026, but if we are able to stay on track with 1 a month, we could. And remember, that's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to show you guys that we can be a disciplined trader who knows how to have risk management, profit management, a trading strategy. That's the ultimate goal with this challenge, and bring you guys along with us in the live streams and this vlog and so on and so forth. So but I thought that would be fun to break it down so you guys can kind of see what's going on in my head when I say the tiers. And we'll give you an update too throughout the vlog of where we currently are. So right now in the fund, on the day of this recording, we are at $636 in the fund. So we're actually up. We're actually in the positive, $136 so far. So we're almost to the 1K. We're almost there. We got about, $270 something more to go, or $300 something more to go, but we're getting close. We can do this. My goal is to hit 1K by the end of February. I would love to get that tier up and out of the way and then get to the 2K. Then once we get 2K, I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be nice. But all it takes to get from one tier to the next is 5 good trades. Like think of that. 5 good trades with a 2R ratio, win to reward ratio, 2R. 5 good trades a month. In 12 months, we turn 500 into 1 mil. That's like to keep it in perspective and to make it like bite size, right? That's doable. We can do it. We can do this. I'm stoked. I hope you guys are having fun throughout this vlog. We'll catch you on the next trade update. This is Friday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone who's watching. It's gonna be way late, but happy Valentine's Day. We are now into week 3 of February, and we are still going strong on the copy trading. Week 1, we had 4 winning trades. Week 2, we had 1 losing trade. And week 3, it's Monday. Today I'm recording, it's Monday. We just had a stream, and I just took a trade. That's another winner. So we've had 5 winners, 1 loser, with a total of 6 trades. So I'm about to show you the trade that we took today, how it went down, what were my confluences, why I took it, so on and so forth. We got a long week ahead of us. I think we're finally gonna get some good price action on Bitcoin that'll help us get much better trades. And honestly, I think I might be seeing a setup right now for a long position, which we've been waiting for on Bitcoin to target some of the highs of the previous day. So let me break it down and then we can get into potentially a future trade coming in. Here's the trade that you can see right here. We were able to get a 3.61R on this entire trade. Now, we didn't take profit down to 3.61R because we take profit at 3R, 2R, and 4R, not 3.61, okay? So we got stopped out when this pulled back a little bit at 2R, and that's what we locked in. So we were able to lock in about a 2.53R on this trade. Now, here were my confluences on this trade. 1, this white box you see up here, if we zoom out, this is a 1-hour order block. That is very, very important. We've been waiting for it to come back up and retest that. And I thought as soon as we retest it, we're probably gonna see some downward momentum. And we did. As you can see, I caught the trade. Could have caught a little more, but we do our take profit management and we do not look back and look at the what if. Let's zoom in and let's break this trade down. What were my confluences? 1, we tap into that 1-hour key area of interest and reject off huge, okay? Not only did we reject off huge, we have this inverted fair value gap, as you can see right here. I watch price invert it. I watch price retest the inverted fair value gap. boom, and reject out of the inverse fair value gap and entered on this candle, putting my stop loss at this order block here that made this lower low from this low here. Then I targeted a 2-to-1 first, a 2-to-1, a 2R, and then also these lows and this fair value gap. And as you can see, boom, very quickly, it literally took 4 5-minute candles to get that trade, and we made a pretty good amount of money, like $73 on this trade. And if you look at the copy trading account, we're currently sitting at $663.02, getting closer and closer every single day to that first tier. Tier 1 is 1,000. Now, if we look at the copiers, this is the copier section. This is everyone who's copying me. Look at the money they made. This guy made 340 bucks, right? $8 all the way down. You can see everyone's making money. This guy left on a losing day and he ended up losing $8. This guy lost $2 because he left right after we lost one time. But yeah, today we got another winning trade, putting in about another $73 into the account. It was actually a little less at the fees because today's fees were pretty high. I had to use 75x leverage on this one because remember, we're trying to risk $50 per trade. When I was putting in my normal risk management at 10x or 20x leverage with that position size, we would have only risked $10 and we would have only made a very small amount, like maybe $20 on that trade. And we need to risk more so we can make more, right? We need that $50 amount to risk. And so I had to up the leverage in order to make that money, which caused us also to have larger fees. Like I think the fee on that position was about $20, which is way too high for me. So I'm trying to figure out how the heck do I get leverage lower and higher risk so we can earn more. Kind of bummed there that happened, but we still had a winning trade and a profitable trade. So that's all that matters at the end of the day, right? Little steps closer each and every time. Now let's check out what might actually be happening right now in the trade. And then maybe if in the future, we actually get to take a trade today. But right now I see on the chart, so as you can see here, it's tapping into this big 1 hour order block and this 1 hour fair value gap. And look what it's doing. It's starting to displace to the upside. It's create a fair value gap here. I might be taking a long position very soon. I've been waiting for it to correct, come down to an area of interest, and then from there displace, and then we try to find the entry off that displacement fair value gap right here. So we might be getting that opportunity right now. I'll check back in with you if we actually do end up taking this trade, but we'll see what happens. But the nice thing is the way we have our risk management set up is that the winners always outweigh the losers. And this one I actually took a little bit less risk than normal. I usually take the $50 risk. This time I only risked $16 because I already had a winning trade for the day. And I was like, this trade isn't necessarily needed. I saw the setup, but I was like, I'd rather take less risk. And if we're able to add more profit, we're able to add more profit. But if not, then if it is a loser, we're not wrecking our profit for the day. So here's how the breakdown went. We had the long setup, okay? We tapped into this 1 hour order block. I was happy with that tap into the order block, really fine with it. And it pushed off nicely, just like I wanted to, and went outside of this 1 hour fair value gap. This darker zone you see on the screen is a 1 hour fair value gap. It tapped off, okay? It displaced on the 5 minute, making a 5 minute fair value gap, as you can see right here. It displaced, then had a candle coming down, tested the fair value gap and pushed off of that fair value gap just like I wanted. I entered, stop loss at the bottom of this order block, and then the price continued to fall. Not as many confluences as I would have liked on a position like this, but I thought I saw the potential and I thought this was a lower time frame pullback on a higher time frame move. I was targeting these highs to the left, a 2R and a 3R, as you can see on the chart there, 2R, 3R, and it happened to not work out. But again, we only ended up, right? This trade right here is positive $73. This trade is negative 17. So the losers do not outweigh the winners, and the winners outweigh the losers. As you can see, we made $73 on the previous trade, only lost $17 on this current trade. So we're still positive for the day and still up. I'm done trading now for the day, and I think tomorrow morning we should get a really good trade off the orb. So I'm pretty excited to see how the market plays out tomorrow, and I'm hoping that we see some of that upside movement, you know, finally get some of that upside movement. Oh, I love it when the strategy works. Today, we took one trade that was a big winner that put us up ahead again. We've taken a total of 8 trades so far in this entire challenge in the month of February. 6 of those are winners, 2 of those are losers. So our winning percentage right now is about 75% win rate. I'm loving it. It's looking great. Challenge is almost to $700 in value. We're just getting a little closer to that $1,000. We're very close. I really want to hit 1K before the end of February to get that first tier 1 knocked out. And we're going to break down this trade this morning. We did it live on the live stream. And so I'm going to break it down, show you what we did, what was the strategy, what was the return on the investment in total. I'm really starting to like my strategy. It's working. I'm getting comfortable with it. I'm getting confident, and it works. It just works. So let's get into it. For the strategy, we did the orb, right? I've talked about this before. We had the orb, which is this pretty wide range from the white line to the blue line here. That was the orb, the open range, the first 15 minutes of the New York session from 6:30 a.m. PST to 6:45 a.m. PST. Right here, as you can see, we broke out of the orb, which is our first thing we have to wait for. Our second thing we have to wait for is a retest on the orb. Did that here on this candle. Third thing we have to wait for is a retest of not only the orb, but a key area of interest. This blue box here you see across the screen is a 1 hour inverted fair value gap. Price tapped into that inverted fair value gap and boom, look it rejected off with that big blue candle there. I entered at the close of that blue candle, stop loss to the top of this bullish candle, and then boom. Usually the orb breaks down very quickly. Usually it takes like 15-20 minutes once it breaks out and it just hits the TP. This time it consolidated for about an hour and a half until we finally saw the breakdown. Sometimes it takes a little longer. I have not seen it consolidate this much once we broke out of the orb, but this was a lot of consolidation. That wasn't normal, but we finally got our 2R. So we hit 2R right in this area, right between this orange line and the blue line. We hit 2R, took profit at 3R, took profit at 4R, and then we got stopped here at 3R when it kind of started correcting because we have that profit management. We ended up getting on this trade in total was a 4.51R. Great trade. That's what we want. We want the winners to outweigh the losers, and that did that this morning. I'm loving the strategy. The orb works. When it retests and hits that key area of interest, retests the orb, it just breaks down or goes up in that direction when it breaks out of that orb. That's why it's so important to wait for those candle closures, wait for the retest, and then wait for the break. Man, I'm really loving this strategy. It's working for me. We're refining it, every single day, getting better and better every weekend. I used to just learn and refine my skills because the weekend's a horrible time to trade. If you're trading on the weekend, I'd recommend stop. Start focusing in on Tuesday through Friday if you can. You'll probably find you get much better price action, much better opportunities. The weekend I use to craft this strategy, to really hone it in, to sharpen it up, and for me to practice it so when I see it on the charts, I don't even hesitate, I can just act. It's starting to pay off. I hope you guys are enjoying this journey so far. We're just warming up. We're not even done. We got a long journey and I'm getting amped. The copy traders too all took wins. All the copy traders are up right now. We have 15 people in the copy trading and we got now $16,000 under management. I'm absolutely loving it. Copy traders are eating, the challenge is eating, we're all eating and we're happy. So we're gonna take a quick break in the vlog and we wanna just share with you some cool things we're doing at Maniac that adds value to your day and also could help you throughout this challenge. We have Blowfin, and on Blowfin, we're doing copy trading. In the copy trade is our entire wallet where we're turning $500 into $1 million. You can see every position we've taken, our profit and loss, if I have any live positions or previously closed positions. And the benefit is you can copy trade us the entire time. Use the link down below this video, sign up for Blowfin and copy trade us on this entire journey. Man, I am so sick of the current state of the market. Today in our live stream, we looked, the market's been in chop or consolidation for 15 days straight so far in February. And we're on week like 2 or 3 of February. I'm getting frustrated with it, to be honest with you. I hate it. Today we took 2 more trades. One was a loser, one is still in progress. And this one that's still in progress will probably be a longer trade, take quite a long time. It won't be a quick one because it's actually on a different type of coin. It's on Trump coin. But the trade we took earlier this morning was on Bitcoin. We followed the strategy, followed risk management, followed all our confluences, but it just happened the market went the other way. And it's a bummer, it happens. But again, with day trading, you're trading probability. And sometimes, you could have 100 confluences in your direction, but if the market decides to go the other way, the market decides to go the other way. And so I'll break it down. I'll show you that I did actually indeed have my confluences. I did have my strategy. I did take the time to do it right, but this one happened to be a losing trade this morning. bummed, but it is what it is. Let's break it down. There's two that I want to break down today for us. So it was a very quick trade. It stopped us out pretty quickly. Let me just get it set up so you can see it. We have here the orb, right? Top line is the white line. Bottom line is this blue line right here. As you can see, price was in the orb. Again, what do we wait for? We wait for price to break out of the orb. It did on this candle right here. Broke out. Then we wait for a retest of the orb. It retested the orb. There's also a 5-minute fair value gap. It also retested that 5-minute fair value gap, which is the retest of the orb, breakout of the orb, and then a retest of a key area. Did all three of the requirements. We also had a 9 EMA cross, displacement to the downside, big fair value gap here, inverse fair value gaps. Lots of confluences on this trade. We open a trade on this candle here. After we see price has definitely denied this area, open it up, shot for the 2R down here at the bottom of the screen you see, but then price decided to come back into the orb and push up to the opposite side. So we had the confluences, but Bitcoin decided to do its own thing today. And as you can see, Bitcoin did break out of the orb again over here. I'm not taking the trade because I have another trade open, but as you can see, Bitcoin did break out here. And I'm not taking the trade also because in about 1 hour, red folder news is launched. So I do not want to be in a position on Bitcoin during that red folder news, okay? Especially even though it broke out. My guess is with this red folder news, it's gonna flip to the other side, or we're gonna see some weird manipulation. So because of red folder news at 2 p.m. EST, I will not be opening this trade, even though we have the breakout, retest, and push down. I will not be taking the trade because of the red folder news. That's another rule for us. Now let's go over to the other trade we took, okay? This trade is a little bit of a longer trade because on Trump coin, like a coin like Trump coin, that is a smaller market cap and does not have the same volume as Bitcoin, we don't do the orb strategy. We do pretty much the same strategy, just take out the orb, okay? So what do I see on Trump coin? One, I see this big bear trend, right? And this big bear trend has a lot of liquidity above these highs up here, these highs up here, and then if you look even higher, we have this high up here with a lot of liquidity. So we have liquidity to target over here to left and even more down here and so on and so forth, right? Now, if you come down here to the bottom, you see this bear trend. Let's zoom in on what the 1 hour was doing and why I liked it for Trump coin, okay? Okay, we have the bear trend, this yellow line here. Price broke the trend, had a correction back down, retested an order block, pushed outside. Now, not only did it push out and displace, meaning it had an order block, fair value gaps, okay, it broke structure. This high here is a strong high because this high made a lower low from this low to the left, okay? So the fact that this low failed to make a lower low from the high it made, this high is now weak, this low is now a strong low to push up. And why is this a strong low now? Because it broke up and broke a strong high. So this is a strong low. Now, if you zoom in even further on this 1 hour time frame, we have displacement, okay? Displacement, a fair value gap formed, price consolidated, tapped into the fair value gap, respected it, and pushed out, okay? 1, 2 candles pushing out of the fair value gap. I entered on this bullish candle here, entered on that candle, stop loss down at this order block here. This is a strong low because the reason why I put my stop loss here is because price should not come back down and break this. If price comes back down to this strong low and breaks below it, then the trend is completely done. I've been proven wrong, right? The price could come retest this trend line. The price can play around in this fair value gap. It could even test this order block again. But most likely, because of this new trend line that's forming, it should not break this trend and it should respect this fair value gap. As you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now 6 and 7 times it's tested this fair value gap. I'm hoping here it pushes out again on the fair value gap. But I'm really liking what I'm seeing here on Trump. Another confluence I see, EMA cross right here, the 9 and 21 EMA have crossed. Up here, the 9 crossed above the 50 EMA. Those are all bullish confluences. We have a higher low here, higher high here, break of structure, right? And a break of trend. So lots of confluences on this trade that should say I'm correct, right? We're currently in drawdown. But I'm holding it, right? Stop loss is down here. We're risking after fees about $47 on this trade. So we're well within our risk management. And then as you can see, we're going to shoot for 2R. And 2R, if you look left, has a lot of liquidity we can target. So 2R is a realistic target. But also, we potentially could reach up to all the way to 6R with this peak up here. And then if you zoom out even further, if we continue this bear trend or bull trend, there's a lot of liquidity even above that. A lot of liquidity to grab on these shorts. So I think Trump has a really big opportunity here. I think we're getting a nice setup for a really good position. We'll see how this actually plays out. One thing I am a little nervous with is the red folder news. The fact that we have this position open and there's red folder news coming out today in about an hour from the time of this recording does make me a little nervous because red folder news could cause it to be weird. But I don't think it's gonna affect Trump coin as much as it would say affect like Bitcoin or Solana or something like that. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm very confident in this trade, but anything can happen, right? That's the game we play with day trading. Anything can happen. We'll check in. I'll give you updates as this goes on. I hope you guys are enjoying learning. I really do hope you're learning. If you're watching this, throw something in the comments that maybe could help you learn or a concept you want to know deeper. And maybe in the next vlog, I can cover that concept in the vlog to give you more information on maybe my strategy, the EMAs, fair value gaps, whatever it is. So yeah, let us know because I want to make sure that not only do you guys get entertained with the trading, but I want to make sure you guys are also learning too alongside with me. So if you want to be where the challenge is happening live, make sure you check out our live streams we do every single day throughout the week, Monday through Friday, on YouTube, Twitch, and X, where we take these trades live, we show you our analysis, we show you our strategy, and we do everything transparent so you can see and learn from what we're doing. Today, we're still in week three for the challenge. Today in stream, we took a total of 3 positions with 1 still open. So there's a total of 4 that were live. Now the one was the Trump position I showed you guys recently. That one is ongoing. It's gonna take quite a while. But on these positions that we took, I wanted to make sure to show you guys that we did take 2 losers today. I'm limiting myself to only ever take 3 trades a day. So if we have 3 trade opportunities, we only take 3 trades a day and we won't do more than that because I just don't think there's any reason to do more trading than that. You really don't need that many trades. Today we took 3 trades. 2 were losers. The one that we currently have, it's still open and on the charts and it's actually in positive right now and it's looking like it's gonna be a winner. And so even though it's going to be a winner, it actually probably will outweigh the losers. That's why our strategy, right? And we shoot for those 2R positions. So if we ever lose, the winners always outweigh the losers, right? So let me break down what happened in today's trades and why they didn't work out. And honestly, it was kind of like the previous losses. We had the setups, we waited properly for the confluences. The probabilities just weren't in our favor today and the price decided to go the other way. Right now, let me get the charts ready. So we're gonna go over the first 2 and then we'll show you the active winner that's happening and give you a little update on the Trump position. Here on the charts, this was our first position this morning. We were going for a short. Why were we going for a short? The orb was up here. As you can see, the white line and the blue line up there and price broke out rapidly from the orb, okay? Now, it ran without us, did not retest the orb, and did not retest the key area of interest up here. It ran down. Here, we have a fair value gap on the 5-minute right in this area. So right here, there's a big fair value gap. In this fair value gap, you see price was rejecting it, right? Price is coming in and pushing off. Coming in, pushing off, right? And so I saw here on the chart, price came in here, and had a big rejection off, a big engulfing candle. So I thought, okay, price is rejecting here off this key area of interest. We already had the massive displacement. We had an EMA cross 2 right here. So I'm gonna take the position, stop loss above the fair value gap at this candle wick here. So if I'm wrong, I'm completely wrong. It's gonna flip to the other side. And as you can see, it did eventually do that. But we had our confluences and prices ended up not doing what we wanted. It started going in profit a little bit and then rapidly just shot up to our stop loss. Bummer, but we did the best we could and we stuck to our strategy. We had our risk management. It is what it is. We're not going to let it get us down. We're going to move forward and do better the next time. So then price came back into the orb. Okay. Price came back into the orb and then pushed off pretty rapidly. Okay. So we pushed into the orb. We also created here. Let me move this guy. If you look right here, we formed an inverse fair value gap right there. That little blue box. We formed an inverse fair value gap. Price pushed out of the orb, retested the orb and a key area of interest, pushed off of it. We entered off that push off. Boom, price is moving down nicely, failed to break structure, and then pushed off, hit our stop loss. Again, we had the confluences. We waited for it and had patience. The probabilities weren't in our favor and actually went the opposite way. So I said, okay, I'm going to take, if we have the opportunity, I'm only taking one more position for the day. What did I do? I waited for the top of the orb because clearly we're now going to break out to the other side of the orb. Okay. I waited for a strong breakout. As you can see right here, we had this massive bullish candle breaking out of the orb. Then I said, okay, I'm not entering on this candle. I need to wait for the retest of not only the orb, a key area of interest, and it to push outside of the orb. So wait for the retest, tapped into the orb and a key area of interest, which was the order block. Okay. Then we see a big push up outside of the orb. I entered on this big push up outside of the orb, and now we have our position. And it's still live, and it's actually in profit. This one's in profit. It's been a slow moving position, but right now, this is what we're targeting. We target the 2R. This is our stop losses down here. Pushing up, we entered over here, and now it's kind of consolidating in profit, and we're hoping it pushes up to hit our 2R, and then further even higher to 3R and so on. Now, this position, if we hit the weekly wick and break above and hold that, we might just break out of consolidation for Bitcoin to the upside, and this could be a really big move. So I'm actually really excited to see how price reacts, and we've been holding these EMAs pretty nicely. I don't want to see them cross here. We should be pushing up. We have the nice breakout of the orb. We have structure being formed. We just need to make sure we hold this structure, and this position should do well. So this one might take a little bit longer, might take all day, but we'll check in periodically as it moves or moves back down into drawdown. So hopefully it doesn't move back down into drawdown. Now let's do an update on the Trump coin, okay? Let's see how that position's doing. Let's see how it's fading out. And it's honestly been a super annoying position because it's literally just been consolidating for almost a day now. It's actually been an entire day of just consolidation. Ever since I entered the trade, it just went straight into consolidation. So let's check out what it's doing. This is our Trump coin position. We already showed you the confluences, right, of structure, EMA cross, so on and so forth. So we already showed you that. But since we've entered our position, it literally has just been ranging from about $17.23 to $16.56. It's just been ranging in there. It hasn't displaced. We really need a displace and a break of structure to the upside. What I like is that price came back down to the support area at the bottom of this consolidation and pushed off, okay? So clearly there's support here. Clearly price likes this, and as you can see, there's this 4-hour order block, this big white box here. That's a 4-hour support zone. And then also we have this 4-hour black box, which is a fair value gap, and this 4-hour inverse fair value gap. And that seems to be holding price above this yellow line. Now we really need price to break the highs up here. If price breaks those highs, we should be solid on this position and get a really nice move up. But it's been in consolidation for the past like 24 hours essentially, and I hate consolidation. Any trader hates consolidation. But we're not closing it yet. We're not closing the position. We're gonna let it play out. It should move up. Why do I think it should move up? If you look at the 4-hour 2 on Trump, it looks pretty solid, right? Why do I like it on the 4-hour? One, we're respecting this fair value gap. Like every candle respects that fair value gap. Now these EMAs are getting really tight here, and they could soon cross bullish, and that'd be very good for our position. And maybe that's why the 1 hour is consolidating, because it's waiting for the 4-hour EMAs to get tight and then cross to the upside. So I'm liking what I'm seeing on the 4-hour. It seems to be respecting this fair value gap. Now we just need it to displace and break structure to the upside. and then we should be solid. We should be good. But I'm just tired of consolidation, and I wanted to do something. Like, please, just move. Move, please. As a trader, we don't like consolidation. Consolidation sucks. It's never fun. We never like that to happen on our trades, and it is what it is. But yeah, now we just be patient, because patience is profit. Okay? If you're trying to get into the day trading scene, you need to make sure you have patience, because patience is ultimately profit for your bags. Patience is everything in day trading. I'll see you in the next update. Should be coming soon, and hopefully they're better than this update. All right, I want to cover the Trump position, because we did end up getting stopped out. We also got stopped out on our Bitcoin position, but that one actually ended up being profitable. But last week did not really play out how I was hoping. I was hoping to finish the first tier last week from 500 to 1K. And that did not happen. We're basically back to almost break even. We're up about, I think it's $40 right now. We're up $40. So we're positive still in the account, but that is not at all how I wanted it to go on the second week. I wanted to get the first tier out of the way. But the market is just, it's in a really weird place. If you're watching this in the future, if you look back to like the second week of February, a lot of weird things happened. So the Trump position was doing great. We had the right confluences and everything, but then it ended up just not working out. And also, honestly, I think the reason why it didn't end up working out was because the news that happened on Friday. And on Friday, let me get the proper date. But on Friday, February 21st was when there was the massive Bybit hack. $1.5 billion was hacked from Bybit. It caused a lot of uncertainty in the market. Bitcoin took a big dive. Ethereum did. Solana did. Trump coin did. Like, it was so inconveniently placed, that news time. And so I'm just, honestly, at this point with the market, I'm very frustrated. With just the way it's working, not on the trades, but just the way the market is. I was expecting it to look much different by now. But I'm changing the strategy up a little bit. I'm not focusing as much on the orb and more focusing right now on key levels, because when the market's in this chop and like very uncertain, the key levels are what matter. The orb, what I found last week, the orb worked most of the time, but then because of the uncertainty of the market and the chop, it would just flip the other way, and we actually wouldn't even hit our profit, our TPs and stuff, and then we get stopped out. So now, until we get a market direction on Bitcoin, either long or short, I really don't care at this point. I just want a direction. I want a bias. And once we get that, then I'll focus back in on the orb. But right now, I'm more focused on the key levels of where Bitcoin is sitting in this consolidation that it's been doing for like over a month now. But let me show you the Trump position real fast and what it ended up losing. If you look here, this is the Trump buy, February 21st, 2025. We put $15.998 was where our stop loss was, and we got stopped out for $40.15. So the nice thing is, when you look at that, you can look, I'm following my risk manager, right? We're not supposed to risk more than $50, and after fees, 31 cents, I think. So we were well under our actual risk reward, right? We're not supposed to risk more than $50. We're within that. It's a bummer that we lost. We're still profitable in the account. We have not gone negative in the account yet, which I'm very, very excited for. I don't want to go into negative. Yeah, now I'm waiting for better key levels and better things to happen in the chart. And let me show you kind of like what I'm talking about of what Bitcoin's doing and what I'm kind of watching to see what it will do. So Bitcoin lately, let's go to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, you can see here, Bitcoin's just been consolidating. Literally from this week, and this week, they've all closed right around the same exact price. This week so far, we see some drawdown, right? I think it's just making a wick like this one here, and then it's gonna flip to the other side, right? I'm hoping that we break consolidation one way or the other. But I think right now it's Monday. I think we're forming the wick of this weekly candle, and then we're gonna flip to the other side, go to this side of the weekly candle, and then hopefully we get a body. Like, I want a candle like this one, where like it has a body on it, not a doji candle like this. And also if you look at the day time frame, we're at the bottom of this consolidation range right now. Currently, where you see this candle, see how it's just consolidating, and every time price hits right around this line here, price wicks off, and that's a 4-hour strong low. So if we go to the 4-hour time frame, it gives you a better picture of this consolidation here. So we have this 4-hour strong high here, 4-hour strong low down here, and price is just ranging in between these two highs and lows right here. And every time price comes down to this strong low, it wicks off. here, it wicks off. Right now, price is playing around with it. It's not wicking off like the others, but there is some buy pressure coming in here. So I want to see price bounce off here or break below. If I see price like this candle then break down below further, my expectation is we're probably going to go to this order block, and there's a strong low down here too. So let's add this strong low real fast. There's that blue line strong low. So if we break this one to the downside and price starts rejecting off this strong low instead of supporting it like it usually does right here, I would be targeting this low probably, which is about $90,000 Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't like saying $90,000 Bitcoin, but it is what it is, right? We can make money if the market's up or down. I'm really excited. I'm hoping that this week we finally break out of consolidation. What would that mean for me? I want to see us break this high and then test this range high. So we'd need to break this, which is $99,470 Bitcoin. And then if we broke this low, or even this weekly wick, is $93,352.50 Bitcoin. So I'm watching to see what do we do here, and I'm hoping we break. I think we're gonna push to the upside now. If you go down to the 1 hour, you know, price is starting to consolidate right around this strong low and getting good buy momentum. And if you look at the 15 too, we inverted this fair value gap and we're pushing up. So now I'm waiting for some EMA crosses. I'm waiting for price to break structure, and then I should be good to take a position here, and then I'll wait for it to go into discount. But I'm watching. This week also has very big news events. So this week we have GDP and PCE and unemployment. So GDP should be a massive one. I'm hoping we get bullish news there, and I'm hoping that sends Bitcoin to break the consolidation. So, I mean, this is Monday, so we're on the 24th. The news comes out on, let's look at Forex Factory real fast. Oh, nope. Forex Factory calendar. The news, okay, I'll show you right here on the screen. So we're on Monday. Now President Trump's supposed to speak today. But on Thursday, February 27th, we get GDP and unemployment. And then Friday, we get PCE. Okay, so I'm here currently when I'm recording. I'm on Monday, so it just happened. President Trump is supposed to speak, but then Thursday and Friday are going to be big trading days. I don't even know if I'm going to be trading on these days, but I want to watch what happens. If there's bullish news, honestly, I'll probably have a position open from here, and then hopefully just like I really hope that the red folder news doesn't wreck us. I really hope it actually would go in the direction, because I think we're going to get a long position. And if we get bullish news there, that would really help my position out. So we'll see how it all plays out. But week 2 is over of the challenge, and February is almost done. We're in the last week of February, and we'll see how we'll close out the first month of this challenge. I'm hoping we don't close out break even. That's what I'm hoping. Or negative. I'm hoping we close positive or knock out a tier. But we're not in a rush. Right? Patience is profit, and that's what matters the most. Patience is profit. So we're going to have patience here. All right. Let's see how this week ends up turning out. I want to give an update on both the Trump position we have and the update on our Bitcoin position. It's actually good news. I'm excited to give this update. We'll see how it plays out this morning, because there's actually something pretty big happening in the market. So we'll see if it plays out really well or if we end up getting stopped out. But either way, the Bitcoin one's a winning position. So let me break it down for you and let me show you the update. We consolidated for literally a long time. I don't even know how long this is, but it was hours. I opened this position Thursday morning, and now it's Friday morning. We're finally getting our profits. 1R right here. We hit 2R, and we got very close to 3R. So this yellow line up here is 3R. We got very close. We hit 2R, took a 50% TP, okay? And then I also moved our stop loss up to break even. So once we close above the 2R up here, I will always move my stop loss to break even, just to make sure we never go negative. And then you have the Trump position over here. Trump position is still in consolidation. Still, we broke below these lows here, but I think that was manipulation. I think we're about to break above these highs. So again, consolidation, manipulation, then hopefully it runs up. So the power of 3. So we still have yet to even get into really profit for Trump, but still in consolidation there. hopefully it finally kicks up and out into profit. Now, the thing I wanted to talk about is what's going to happen this morning on Bitcoin that probably could affect the market in a very good way if it's actually what I think it will be. So here at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have PMI coming out. It's forecasted to be green. So if this PMI can actually be green, this is 6:45 a.m. my time. If it's actually green, I think Bitcoin's just going to go poop, like skyrocket, just go. This little correction that's happening is just going to go poop way up. So let's see how it plays out. Should be pretty good, but this Bitcoin position is still going out. We'll check in it later. The PMI literally just released a couple seconds ago. Forecast is 51.3. It's 51.6. We wanted it to be lower than this number, but it actually ended up being higher, but not too much higher. So that's actually kind of good. This one was forecast to be 53. It actually went lower to 49.7, and that's not good. The fact that this is lower is not good for currency. If its actual is greater, it's good for currency. So ours was less than. But if you come over here, Bitcoin had a massive sell-off before the news. And look what it's doing now. It's correcting back up and about to break above the orb here to the upside. So I'm actually pretty happy. I might add to this position if it breaks above the orb, retests and does a push up. I might add to this position. I'm not sure yet. I might just want to let the current position play out. We've already made profit. You know, why ruin that? We'll see if I add to the position or not. It looks like it had a big sell-off, massive push up. So I'm hoping that we see it invert this fair value gap here and continue that momentum up. Trump coin, literally still just in consolidation. I really need Trump coin to break above $17.34. If we can get a candle closure above this yellow line here, we're looking very good and should then run up. I mean, there's a lot of liquidity on Trump all above these highs. So we should run up all the way to retest all of this and grab all the liquidity back there. If you're ever wondering, how do I keep track of the red folder news going on? Go to Forex, F-O-R-E-X, factory.com, and then go to their calendar. And then you go to the calendar tab, and then I filter out the calendar. So when I filter out, I go to the filters over here to the right, this green tab. I filter out, and I just do the red folders, okay? I don't do the orange, yellow, or gray. I just do red folders. And then I only do, for me, because I only care about USD, I do it for the US dollar. So I don't do all these other red folders. I only do USD, and I keep all these checked. And that gives me the proper red folder news for that week, and lets me know when things are happening and then their actual numbers, like right when they come out. So yeah, this is a great tool, and you should be using this. If you're day trading, you should check it every single day before you day trade, because red folder news like these ones will drastically affect the market. And look, we just got a massive spike off on Bitcoin. So maybe it won't break up to the upside. We'll see. It's kind of playing inside the orb right now. We'll see which way it breaks out. If it breaks out to the downside, I'm probably going to get stopped out, and then this position's done. But we locked in profits, so this is just at break even, so we wouldn't lose money. We actually made money on this position, but it'd be a bummer because I really do want it to run up. And we broke above the weekly wick outside of the consolidation, so that was a very, very bullish move on the price action there. So hopefully we continue that momentum today. But pretty much until these two trades are done, that's week 3, you know, or week 3 that we have in the challenge. And so I've been really loving this challenge. I feel like everybody in the live streams has been way more engaged and way more active. And so I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys are having fun. And I'm liking this. I hate it when we take losses, because this week we've taken a couple losses, way more than I wanted to. I actually wanted to be at $1,000 already by then this week, but we're not there yet. We're working our way up there, but we're still positive. Okay, that's the big thing. We're still in a positive situation in regards to the market. And so I'm still happy with that. Profit is profit, right? And patience is profit. I've been saying that in the stream. Patience is profit. So if you're watching this and you want to be like, how do I become a trader? How do I make, money doing day trading? First start, patience is profit. You can't have patience, you will not be profitable. That's period. There's no way around it. If you're not patient, you will not be profitable and you will fail. So yeah, guys, I'll keep you guys updated on if these trades close, but these trades, If I don't get closed out on the Bitcoin one, this one could go through the weekend. And then if I don't get closed out on the Trump one, another thing I want to add before I close this off, today's Friday for me, so the weekend's tomorrow. If you're watching this, I do not ever recommend trading on the weekends, okay? There's no need to trade on the weekends. You don't need to do it. The price action's terrible, okay? The markets are not good on the weekends. What you should be using the weekends for is educating yourself. You could back test. You could do demo trading. You can do go on YouTube and look up a bunch of different concepts. Some of the key concepts I would say you should go look into: market structure. How do I read market structure? Liquidity concepts, smart money concepts or SMC, fair value gaps, liquidity sweeps. Those are all topics that you can go and search and use the weekend, use like Saturday and Sunday to educate yourself and master this crap. So then when it comes back to Monday, when the markets are good, right? Or Tuesday, really, you're ready. You've sharpened your skills a little more. Maybe you've refined your strategy a little bit more. And you'll be 1% better, right? You're 1% better when you get to the charts every single week. So I highly recommend, if you're watching this and if you've been trading on the weekends and you feel like you're not winning on the weekends, drop it and start learning on the weekends, not trading on the weekends. That's just my little pro tip. I've started to do that where I do not trade on the weekends. I only learn. I use YouTube and I do back testing on the charts on my trading view. So yeah, that's my tidbit for this week too. Start learning, stop trading on the weekends. All right, we are in the final week of February, and we have our first trade of this week. We didn't trade at all on the Monday, but we did get a trade opportunity on Tuesday of this week before the big news coming on Thursday and Friday that we showed you previously, the GDP and PCE and unemployment. Those are gonna be pretty big. But we do have a position open, and it's on a new asset we haven't traded yet in this journey. And it's actually Ethereum. Ethereum had like a perfect setup today to make a trade. We've made it. We hit 2R. We almost hit 3R. And I'm being very careful with my profit management. We have locked in profits, so we've taken a TP at 2R. We took 40% off. My stop loss has moved to in profit, so under a 1 hour inverse fair value gap is where it's sitting at currently. And now I'm watching. I really think we have a CME gap above Ethereum at the moment where it currently is sitting, and I think we honestly could actually, if this bullish momentum continues and we get further break of structure on the 1 hour, I think we could go all the way back up to the CME gap, and that would be a massive trade for this account, like a huge trade. Like it'd put us in a lot of profit. Now, I'm still keeping my profit management. I'm still watching the 3Rs, the 4Rs, the 5Rs, right? Because I think if we could reach the CME, it'd be like 12, 15, maybe 20R trade. So I'm still watching it, but still, we're not shooting for the stars. We will have profit management, but I'm not pushing and like rushing the profit management, if that makes sense. I'm trying to give it time to actually do its thing and actually let the trade play out, because I think we have a great setup in front of us. But worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out, we still made profit on this trade. So it's still a profitable trade to kick off the week, which I love. But let me show you the trade real fast. So as you can see, Ethereum, USDT perps, and then down below you see this is our live position. So currently we're up $34.28. That's after we've already taken a position. You can see the available ETH is 0.64 ETH. We were at 1 ETH. We've taken about 40% off. Our entry right here at $2,424.08. We're sitting nice on this trade so far in a good amount of profit. I'm excited to see how it plays out. Here's it like kind of on a chart picture. So here's it on the chart. As you can see, it had this big push up all the way up to 3R up here. It just missed 3R. We weren't able to like lock in 3R, but just missed it. We see a correction here on the 1 hour. We're tapping into this 1 hour fair value gap here. I'm hoping that this candle here continues this bullish momentum, and then we continue up, and then CME gap is literally all the way up there. So if we actually got the CME gap, let's see how many R's that is. That would be about 12.53 R. Can you see that? 12.53 R if we hit it. So that'd be a great trade. We'd make a good amount of money. I think that would almost put us into the next tier if it actually works out the way I'm hoping. We'll see. right? This trade is still going. I'm honestly probably gonna be holding it if it doesn't stop me out like through the night or something as I'm asleep through tomorrow. And then Thursday's a big day. We got GDP on Thursday and unemployment on Thursday. And I'm hoping that if the trade's still open, we get that bullish news that rips us up to the CME gap. So we'll see how it all plays out. But Bitcoin too. So everything right now is down bad. Like Bitcoin sub 90K right now on the charts. But Bitcoin might be finding its bottom here. Okay. Bitcoin has this key support area right around like 87,000. It's currently, price is currently sitting at 88,326. This could be a bottom here. This is the last line of defense. And if we don't hold this last line of defense, we will drop to 77K, like 81K and then 77K here at this line. So if we don't hold, we're gonna have a big move down. And I'm prepared for that. I'm ready for that. But I'm also ready for the bullish thesis that if we start breaking structure here to the upside on the 1 hour here on Bitcoin, that we might run up, back up to this CME gap that is above Bitcoin up here. Okay, and I'm ready to potentially take a trade for that also. And look at it, it kind of looks very similar to Ethereum, minus Ethereum has more break of structure, where Bitcoin hasn't yet really broken structure or continued structure. So I'm kind of waiting for Bitcoin to break structure here and continue it. But I think we're getting a lot of good setups right now coming our way, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited about our ETH position. Our ETH position is doing excellent. I'm very happy. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Let us know too. I was thinking, you know, through the first vlog, this first month, it's gonna be a lot of just trade recaps and like talking about the market and trade stuff. Me and the intern were talking, and we were thinking about adding more like day in the life stuff, like actually taking you along my day, showing you the trades, but also taking you along like in my day. Would you guys want more of that, where it's just like you see the day in the life of a trader too throughout this challenge of what I do day to day? Because I don't just sit here all day in front of my charts. Like I do a lot of other stuff. So, but yeah, because not only am I trying to do this trading challenge, I have a lot of other goals I'm trying to accomplish at the same time with this challenge. I'm trying to be healthier. I'm trying to work out every single day, minus my rest days, but working out every single day, having a healthier diet, making sure my health is taken care of. And when I say health, like good sleep, good food that I'm eating, not really eating a ton of like crap. I've pretty much stopped drinking soda unless I'm like out at a restaurant or something. I already just don't drink alcohol just because I don't like it, but like I can take you guys along the entire journey of really what I'm trying to accomplish in 2025. Mainly this challenge is like the biggest thing I'm trying to accomplish, but I'm trying to do a lot of other things too. I have other goals, like personal goals. Maybe I could share those with you guys throughout this journey, but let us know in the comments below. Would you like to see more, and like to see more of my day-to-day rather than just seeing these trade recaps that I do throughout the journey? But all right, I'll see you in the next update. Here, let me show you my dog. I just got him a big bed. Let me see. There he is. He's my office buddy. He hangs out with me while I'm trading. He'll go on walks with me when I need to take a little quick break. Oh, Copper. 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 What are you doing? Copper, what are you doing, huh, bud? What are you doing, huh, bud? Yeah, he's a good dog. Love that guy. All right, let us know in the comments if you want to see more of my day-to-day, and I'll do it. But until now, we'll see how the Ethereum trade plays out. I think it's going to be good. I think everything's setting up right now. Like right now, price is actually breaking out of that fair value gap. So this could be one of our best trades we take. And it's Ethereum, which I'm kind of shocked. I really wasn't expecting to take a trade. I kind of wanted to stop trading Ethereum. But the thing I like about Ethereum, the thing I really like about Ethereum and Bitcoin is that they have the CME. Chicago, what's that called? Something exchange, SME, or CME. Chicago, oh my gosh, Mercantile Exchange, CME, whatever. It's got the big futures, a crap ton of volume on it. And so I just I wanted to check out Ethereum because it has volume like Bitcoin in where it respects the orb, it respects levels and things like that I really like, and it goes along with my strategy very well. And today I was seeing Ethereum break bullish structure first, which kind of indicated to me that I think Bitcoin might be the lagging indicator here. And then Bitcoin started running up too, which gave me the confidence of like, all right, I think this Ethereum trade is set up perfectly. It broke out of our orb, retested a key area, we entered, boom, popped off, and now we're in profit. So yeah, just like last week, sometimes it just doesn't work out, but you stick to the strategy and the winner should outweigh the losers. So we're back into over $600 in profit, I'm pretty sure, for the trading journey. So we're back into profit. We have not made the account go negative yet, which I'm very proud of myself for. I do not want this count to go negative, and I really want to get to the next tier, and then it gets a really good buffer that we should not ever pretty much get negative. So I really don't want to make this count ever go negative. I just don't want to do that because no one likes losses, right? We like profit. So, all right, I'll see you on the rest of this trade update for Ethereum. February is officially coming to a close, and I'm going to update you on the month. I'm going to show you where we have ended off because this last week, this little clip you're going to see right now is actually the last week of February. We're just going to clump it all into one clip and then give you also how we ended the month. But let me tell you, this week was very good. If you're in the Discord, if you're watching on the live streams, you guys saw it all live. And you guys got to celebrate with me. It was a really, really fun week. We got to catch the short that happened because Bitcoin took a dive, Solana took a dive, Ethereum took a dive, and we really got to capitalize that and really kind of call it. I'm kind of like happy with myself because I feel like I called it pretty well. We headed to the CME gap. We were targeting for like 77.5, and we hit like 78.2. So we got really close to our zone, our level that we were looking at. And so it was a fun week. It wasn't fun in regards to like the market going down because who likes that? We want to see the market go up. But it was fun in regards to we capitalized on the trade, we didn't get emotional, and we stuck to the facts that we saw in the charts, and it paid off really big. The account hit a record high this week. We haven't knocked out the first tier, but we're very close. We're getting close. So let me break it down for you. Let me show you the trades that we took. And also let me show you a tool we're going to be integrating throughout the entire time of this challenge. So you guys can also get a clear picture of how we're doing. Though you can get the same picture on the copy trading if you go check that out. So let's look at what we actually did. All right, so this is the first month. First portion of the month. We took a total of 18 trades this month. I hope you guys can see that. 18 trades this month. And 12 of those trades were winners. So again, our strategy is to make sure the winners outweigh the losers. Even if we had, say, only 6 winners, we want those winners to outweigh the losers. As you can see here, the chart, we had a little bit of red last week when the market was just really bad. It was just choppy. And then this week, we finally got direction. And look at that, right? Direction makes trading much easier when you have a clear bias, right? You can see some of the charts of our days that were really good compared to the days that were bad. But again, the winners outweigh the losers. So what's our max drawdown? 25.53. Our Sharpe ratio is 3. Volatility, 105.66%. Our low volatility was 71.48%. Our ROI so far is 27.74. And if we can keep this up, our annualized ROI should be about 361.35%. But we're hoping to get that number even greater. Because remember, we're trying to get 500 to 1 mil. So we need a lot more. Total P&L, 44.37% in the last 7 days. Total P&L, $377.61, though. That's not actually what is in the account. So I don't know exactly how they calculate this because that's not accurate. That's not what we actually have. I'll show you what we actually have. Our win rate right now is 66.66%. Not a bad percentage. Not a bad percentage, right? I think any win rate over 50% is great. But your win rate percentage doesn't necessarily mean you're a profitable or a losing trader, right? I could have a 30% win rate and still be a very profitable trader, okay? So the win rate, don't put as much weight on that. It's not as important as you might think it is, okay? I've seen 30% win rate traders who are way more profitable than I am. So hopefully we can keep this pretty high, but also the win rate doesn't mean everything, right? Really, the percentages is what matters. The percentages are what matter. So what are we, let's look at this week. what do we do in regards to our trades? Okay, we took Ethereum this week, which is a new currency that we're starting to trade, and Bitcoin. Okay, those are really the only two coins we traded this week. And where did it start? So this week we took a total of, I think, 2 trades on Bitcoin. That was it. Okay, and both of them were winners. The first one, not as great of a winner as the second one. Okay, so here's the first trade. Okay, we stuck to our orb strategy. We waited for an orb breakdown. The orb was right about up here, broke down. This one was a really, really good trade on the saying that we say, patience is profit. In the beginning of the day, it pumped. It did a pump like this. And I was not convinced because that pump was against the daily bias, okay? And I was seeing that it's seeing resistance up here and it's in a key level of resistance, and I was not convinced. I was waiting for the orb retest, and indeed when it retested the orb, it flipped to the other side and then gave us a downward momentum that we were able to capitalize on. This one hit 2.14 on the R ratio. We were able to take profit at 2, stop loss to break even, and then we ended up getting stopped out when the price moved back up. This trade was not as profitable as I wanted it to be, but still, profit is profit, and I'm happy with it. Then, yesterday, we had a monster trade. This trade went all the way down to 6R is what we hit. As you can see here, 6.29R. Let me make sure that's right. Yep, 6.29R is what we were able to capitalize here on Bitcoin. Though I was asleep when it hit 6R, so we didn't actually get to take profit there. But it did fall to that. Our stop loss was at 3R because we move it as the R's go down. And so we were able to get a pretty good return. We got take profit at 2R, 3R, 4R, 5R. Missed the 6R because I was asleep, but then got stopped out when price went back up at 3R. So we locked in over a 3R return on this trade here. And it was a killer short. Went all the way down to the CME gap we were watching, and almost went to the other side of the CME gap down here. So I'm kind of watching it. I'm not really trying to trade. I'm going to wait to trade until Monday. But we had a great week so far. So Monday we'll see if we're going to start going bullish or going to stay bearish and see how March kicks off. But February was a bearish month, and we were able to capitalize on some really good trades. Now let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum yesterday had this trade. We got a 35% trade on Ethereum. We caught a monster short to the downside, a really good one. We hit 3R, I think was the deepest we went, and then we got stopped out at 1R, but still a great trade. It ended up making us about, I think it was $60, $60.98. So that's a really good return there. And then we also got this Ethereum trade here. That was also really good this week. So we took 2 Ethereum trades and 2 Bitcoin trades. This was a sell at 20x, another 25.15% return. And this one made us about $35.75. So it's another really good trade for the week. And if you go over to my TradeZella, so this is TradeZella, something I wanted to share with you guys. This week, we ended up getting a 3.43R for the week. And I'm going to add the rest of the trades, so the rest of February will be in here. And then as we go into March, we'll add all the March trades too. But this weekend, I'm adding all the rest of the February trades. And then TradeZella is a journaling tool that you can put every single trade you take from Blowfin, any exchange really. If you have a specific brokerage, it'll auto do it. But if you're using like Blowfin like me or BitNux or Weeks, you'll have to manually add your trades. It's very simple, super easy to do. And it gives you nice calendaring out and tells you like per week, what are you getting on your R's? How many trades are you taking? What days are you most likely to get a green day? So much more. And then when you click in on it, right, I can go into that, let's say this ETH trade, right? And then I can go over what happened, right? How did it look? Where was our trade? And then see, I can do easy recaps of what did I do and how did it play out, right? And as you can see, this one went all the way down to our TP of 3R on this trade for Ethereum. And so I'm gonna use this tool a lot to recap my trades and show you guys how it is. You can go over here too and see how many 5 stars did you, like what was your star rating? what was your profit target, stop loss. It'll tell you like, did you miss out on profit? Which it looks like I missed out on potentially making a lot more money here. If you can see that, see that green bar? Because if you scroll over, I missed out on that, right? I missed out on this move down. So I did something wrong here of moving my stop loss up too tight, not letting it do its thing, and letting it play out because I was right. So that's a learning lesson, right? Let's maybe not put our stop loss so tight and let it do its thing. So I love this tool. We have an affiliate link down below the video. So if you'd like to sign up for TradeZilla, go use it. It's the best trading tool for journaling. If you're a trader and you're trying to take it seriously, you need to be using TradeZilla. All right. Let's get into where the actual challenge is now at the end of February, okay? Let's see how much did we actually make this month? How close are we to beating tier 1, which is to get to $1,000? Our account right now on Blowfin is sitting at $779.71.72. See that? That's some pretty good profit. I'm really happy with that. I was hoping to get 1K by the end of February, but still, profit is profit. We're up and we're happy with that. Also, we're now at 39 copy traders with over $20,000 in assets under management. So I'm also really excited to get more people under our copy trading. Another exciting thing is on the copy trading platform, we were able to hit the top highest copiers P&L. We were in the top of the leaderboard and top new talents, top ROI. This is the best position to get right here. That's my goal, is to knock out Justy and get in the top ROI for the copy trading. That's February. That's February. It was a great month, good trades, 18 trades in total, and 12 of them were winners. I'm really happy with that. I think we closed out a great first month on the challenge. Close out with the challenge being profitable on the very first month is a great start. Profit's profit, patience is profit, and we got a long journey ahead of us on this challenge, and I'm really stoked to have you guys along with us. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you follow us on X, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Really, the ultimate goal is to show you guys how to be a profitable trader. The $1 million is just really the fun opportunity to make $1 million. If we can turn 500 to 1 mil, that's like a huge accomplishment. And look out for the next vlog that's coming in March. We're going to be doing these every single month to keep you guys in the loop on how the challenge is going. I'll see you guys in the next vlog update.